Hi, this is yet again Dr. Saili Patil from Yashoda Hospital. Today we will be discussing one more interesting topic as regards infertility. This is regarding the anti-Mullerian hormone or the AMH as we all call it, and what every couple needs to know about this hormone. What is this anti-Mullerian hormone or the AMH levels that your doctors many a time advise you to bring the report? Anti-Mullerian hormone is a glycoprotein hormone. It is produced inside the granulosa cells of the primordial and the pre-antral follicles. These primordial and pre-antral follicles are present inside your ovaries. Once these primordial or pre-antral follicles reach the antral stage, the production of anti-Mullerian hormone is stopped. I think I have made this topic a little too complicated, is it? Okay, so let's get back to the basics a little bit, and let me teach you something that will make you understand this topic a little better and a little more in detail and in a little easier way. So what happens is, there is one oocyte inside the ovary. This oocyte is surrounded by a thin layer of cells. When this oocyte gets surrounded by a thin layer of cells, this is called as the primordial follicle. The function of this thin layer of cells is to keep on dividing until they achieve a 2 or 3 cell layered platform, and this stage, when it is reached, is called as the pre-antral follicle. So you can imagine this is the oocyte and there are multiple granulosa cells surrounding this. This will form a primordial follicle, and when this granulosa cells keep on dividing, this will form as the pre-antral follicle. The next stage which we reach after the pre-antral follicle is the development of a small cavity inside this pre-antral follicle so as to reach the antral follicle. So all these granulosa cells, as we discussed, from the primordial and the pre-antral follicles will keep on producing this anti-Mullerian hormone. This anti-Mullerian hormone reaches a peak around the age of 20, and definitely after 30 it starts to decline. The more the number of primordial and pre-antral follicles inside your ovary, the higher will be the AMH, and obviously lesser the amount of primordial and pre-antral follicles inside the ovary, the lesser will be the AMH. So in a lady who is above 35 years of age, or in a lady who has undergone previous surgery for any kind of cyst inside her ovaries, or in a patient who has had endometriosis, or in a patient who has any prior pelvic inflammatory disease or any genital tuberculosis affecting the ovaries, yes, this anti-Mullerian hormones will definitely be on the downhill, and we can expect low AMH levels in such kind of patients. What does this low AMH level tell us? It gives us a lot of information. It tells me that I have less ovarian reserve available, that is less number of eggs to stimulate inside the ovaries, and maybe the eggs which are left inside my ovaries are not that good quality, and hence all such kinds of patients definitely need to meet a fertility specialist as early as possible so as to get advantage of the remaining eggs that are present in the ovary before it completely gets exhausted, so that we can help you get your own genetic child. Now let's look at the other end of the spectrum. As we discussed, more the number of primordial and pre-antral follicles, higher will be your AMH. So yes, by now you must have definitely understood that patients with polycystic ovaries are those with higher AMH levels. Now again it creates a problem. We all know either too less or too more, both is bad. So what happens in such type of patients? So patients with high AMH levels, like in PCO, this anti-Mullerian hormone will not allow the follicles to come up or to grow as they should grow in every natural cycle. And so many of these patients will have to take help of a fertility consultant, take help of certain drugs, take help of certain injections or hormones so that their ovaries or the follicles are stimulated to produce mature follicles and give them a pregnancy. If you still want any more clarification, I can help you understand this topic a little more better. Just imagine that you have a basket of mangoes. All of these mangoes are initially unripe, they are all green. What happens after every couple of days? One among these unripe mangoes will start ripening, it will become ripe and you will eat it. Do the mangoes in the basket increase? No. The mangoes in the basket are however depleted. So, compare this with your ovary. Your ovary has been bestowed with certain number of eggs which are genetically predetermined or predestined. What happens is, in every cycle, one of these eggs will grow and it will rupture. If it is able to get fertilized by a sperm, it will result in the pregnancy. So gradually what happens in every cycle, some of the eggs will grow, some of the eggs will go into atresia, and finally this follicular pool will be depleted. So that is the whole reason that we'll end up with menopause. So you can very well imagine that in patients where these AMH levels are low, that means the ovarian reserves are low, these patients are likely to end up in menopause a little earlier, and that is the reason that you should come to a fertility specialist a little earlier so that you can have a genetic child of your own. This is all the information that is required as regards to this particular topic. If you still have any queries left, you can write in the comment box below. If you like my video, please click on the like button and share my video with your colleagues, your friends, your relatives and any such couples who are desirous of pregnancy. Thank you very much.